Hi, and welcome back. In this lecture, we can talk about key insight 2, rising consumer preferences for on-demand food and beverages as well as meal kits. Well, there are a few factors that's driving this trend. The first is the power of proximity to customers. So a lot of restaurants nowadays are planning of building infrastructure near the customer hotspots, meaning where there's lots of customers, they're planning to integrate their infrastructure to that particular location in order to optimize and serve the customers much more fresher food and beverages. So there's building facilities and infrastructure like ghost kitchens, which is basically kitchens without any kind of customer seating or storefront. So it's basically only designed to serve customers' delivery orders. So some ghost kitchens can have takeaway options as well, and also things like drive-through as well. But none of them have the facilities for the customers to sit within the premises and consume the meals. Then we are also seeing the rapid expansion of e-commerce. So with this whole COVID-19 pandemic, we saw instantly businesses transform into much more hybrid and digital models. Simply because of restrictions of movement and opening of shops, businesses had no choice but to adapt to the new normal. And also there was a significant customer demand because all of them were forced to stay in the comfort of their homes and order food online. So this led to a massive boom of e-commerce food delivery networks, which will certainly continue even after the COVID-19 pandemic ends. So before the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw a few startups and businesses trying out these on-demand delivery subscriptions. So companies basically send customers pre-portioned or sometimes partially prepared food ingredients along with the recipes so that customers could prepare home-cooked meals based on either demand or a subscription service. So sometimes you could order on demand these meal kits, and also there are subscription services which you can pay a monthly fee and then get a meal kit delivered to your home. So there are different types of on-demand delivery subscriptions. If you look at the market trends, the first is meal kits. So these are basically subscribers receiving deliveries of pre-measured ingredients to make a specific meal. So some ingredients can often come in pre-cooked, such as boiled chicken in a pasta recipe. So if you look at the companies who are doing it, includes companies like Blue Apron, Sunbasket, Green Chef, and HelloFresh. Then we have another service called Almost Ready to Eat Meals. So this is similar to meal kits but often require less work. So meals are almost prepared, such as blending the ingredients to make a smoothie, something like that. So there are lots of other companies like that. So for example, Heat and Eat companies like Freshly and Mosaic Food. Then there's another business model called curated subscription boxes. So this is basically an assortment of foods which are organized around a certain theme. So they also often include the surprise and delight factor. For example, each month you might receive the box with a surprise theme and an assortment of foods based on that theme. Then there are other companies like replenishment food subscriptions. So basically the same product such as breakfast items, olive oil, salt and pepper. So basically pantry items are delivered on a recurring basis. For example, companies like Picky Bars. Then there are other companies like membership food subscriptions where customers will pay a recurring fee for exclusive benefits like discounts or early product access. So companies like DoorDash and Dash Pass. Then there's also business models like chef as a service. So basically services where you can hire a professional chef for your parties and events. For example, hire a chef and Atlanta personal chef service. So what are the drivers of this on-demand F&B and meal kits business model that we're seeing? So the main thing is the customers are more well informed about the health and nutrition, and also they value personalization. So not just going into a restaurant and having a generic meal on the menu, they want things to be customized. Then it's always a better option than fast food or junk food. So you can be rest assured that you're getting the best when you subscribe to one of these services. Then another important factor is convenience. So all these meal kits have a lot of back-end work done. For example, if you order seafood from one of these meal kits, the seafood is cleaned and cut into nice pieces. So it's just a matter of adding the spices and getting things up and running. Then there's meal kits often have the right size portion, leaving no room for food wastage and overeating. So meal kits often come in very precise portions, so there's no wastage after you have cooked everything from the meal kit. Then there's a thing of positive psychological sense of accomplishment by using a DIY or do-it-yourself kit. So you get a sense of completion. For example, similar with IKEA, when you go home and assemble the furniture yourself, you get that sense of accomplishment. You get that more sense of connectivity with the brand when you do something yourself rather than consuming a finished product. So what are the challenges of these meal kits and on-demand F&B? So the main challenge is the high price for such services. So these meal kits often come with a higher than average price than what you would get when you go to the grocery store and shop for the exact same ingredients. But there's a convenience factor as well. So it's always the price versus the convenience and what are you willing to compromise on. Then things like the adherence to food safety and quality standards. So since the responsibility of cooking one of these meals is divided, meaning the ingredients are sent by the business and the customer cooks it. So if something happens, if food poisoning or something goes wrong, who is held responsible? Does the responsibility fall on the shoulders of the company or does the responsibility fall on the shoulders of the customer who actually prepared the meal? So those are a few concerns and challenges to be addressed in this. Well, that's about it for Key Insight 2. The rising consumer preferences for on-demand F&B and meal kits. I'll see you on another lecture.